KWT slaying.
Salama family, salama, how y'all doing today? Hope you're blessed and highly favored. Today we're going to talk about the Dry Bones Project. We're going to talk with T3ME. T3ME, say hi to the family.
Hey, Salama family. Shalom.
And we're also going to be talking to Brother Steve and his wife, Stepping Stones to Home. Say hi to the family. You're muted.
Don't tell nobody. Salama family.
All right. So, family, I'm going to share with you, and I shared this in the past, what the Dry Bones Project is. Okay, Ezekiel 37 speaks of the uniting of the dry bones. We believe that this uniting of the dry bones is meant to be a reuniting of the true biblical Israelites found scattered throughout the world with their fellow brothers and sisters who exist throughout the land of Africa. Many in Africa are of both the southern tribes and the northern tribes of Israel. Those who were scattered throughout the world as slaves are primarily the southern tribes, which is known as the Kingdom of Judah. This project is to help unite all of Israel and to especially help those from Judah who have returned home to fulfill the Most High's plan, a plan that we believe includes those who are uniquely called to return prior to the prophesied second Exodus back to Zion. Please help us support them by becoming a patron of their channel, as well as supporting us here at Tail Ministries. So basically, family, what the idea is, and it's gonna morph and grow as more people become a part of the Dry Bones Project, is to facilitate the uniting of the dry bones, right? And we believe that this takes us coming together. The scriptures speak of that. So I know a lot of people have these ideas of it being some kind of organic thing that's going to happen. But, you know, as the scriptures states concerning faith, you know, I'll show you my faith by my works, right? There's always something that we should do. So I want to introduce you all to the Dry Bones Project with this video that we all put together. And, you know, the idea is that T3ME, Stepping Stones to Home, and whoever else becomes a part of the Dry Bones Project will be playing this as an outro or wherever within their videos, so that you know that they're a part of the Dry Bones Project and to support them. And we're going to discuss this even more, right? All right, family. So T3andme. What do you all think about the Dry Bones project and you all being a part of that and us coming together as a people around the world?
Well, I'll start off by saying thank you once again. We appreciate you, reaching out to us and we're worthy of joining this project with you, man. We appreciate it. We don't take it lightly, that you see fit that we are one of the ones to spearhead one of this journey right now. Yes. So man, it's surreal. Honestly, it's surreal because we talked about my wife and I. We talked about doing these type of things when we were pillow talking about making a move to Africa. We talked about how we would pave the way and inspire so many people and really we really spoken into existence and to really see it come to fruition. It was just really powerful and it's a blessing, in my opinion. What you think?
I agree. I mean, it's a blessing to be part of the Most High's work. Excuse me, in whatever capacity that may have been. We definitely are all familiar with the prophecy from Ezekiel 37, and it talks about the uniting of the bones and just being there on the ground. We see it happening like every day, whether it's on a macro scale or on a micro scale. It's happening like every day. We're coming together. Walls are being broken down. Spiritual strongholds are being destroyed. And the bones are definitely coming together. Not even just in Tanzania, but all over the continent as a whole.
Yeah. Not even just the continent, all over the world.
Yeah.
People are reaching out, man, from all four corners, literally. We know people here from the Netherlands and everything.
Yeah.
Canada. It's crazy how we're meeting so many different people. So it's humbling. It's a blessing to be in this position, man.
Yeah. It's really interesting how many of our people from around the world are returning to the continent. Brother Steve, Stepping Stones to Home. What's your thoughts on the Dry Bones project and Stepping Stones participation in that? What do you think about that?
First, I'm like Brother Tim. I gotta say thank you to you, thank you T3andme, because we had our first consultation with T3andme about a year ago, if I'm not mistaken. And Tim and Siobhan, they told me and my wife what their heart was to do there in the land. That they weren't there for no vacation or anything. They were there to do the work of the Lord. And that was what the Most High put in our heart as well. So we just really clicked with that. And then so one of the questions we were talking about here was what's next? We're here, so what's next? And Tim and Siobhan, they came in and were like, let's start getting with the local Tanzanian brothers and sisters. And then you came along with, hey, let me talk to y'all about this Dry Bones project. So as for me and my wife, we're just honored to be included in this powerful message that T3andme and yourself have been working on.
And also, I'll add and say, as Sister Siobhan said, you can see the bones coming together here. You can see our brothers and sisters here, they're waking up here. So I was telling her, I don't think it's going to take as long as it took us because they're so receptive. When you show them the scriptures, when you show them the word, it's like they receive it right away. There's no hassle, and so it's amazing to see. It's amazing to see what's going on here.
I'm sorry, Van. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying it's amazing to see what's going on the continent, not just with us coming together and them knowing who they are, but we're all joining together. A lot of them have the mindset to work together. They have the mindset to let us build together, let us rid ourselves from the bondage of the European nations. So, it's amazing to see what Yah is doing. He's putting all the places in peace, and all we had to do was be obedient, and everything is just falling into place here.
Yeah, and can you lean in just a little? Because we can't really see you. There we go. All right. So like for me, the biggest thing is I believe we're supposed to be proactive in things. And A lot of people think we should just sit down and just wait, but we have a role in the plan of the Most High. And so, one of the things that interested me in, T3 and me and Stepping Stones to Home is I sense that the Spirit is with you all. I sense that the Most High has called you to be where you're at. And we need people who are for the Yah focus, right? Yeshua focus, who are selfless, right? And that's what I see with you all. I see the love for your people and the compassion. And so I believe that's what it takes for us to be selfless. And so the idea, family, is for us to become patrons of people who are part of the Dry Bones Project, to support them through Cash App and things like that, right? So that they can focus on building the relationship on the continent, building businesses as well. So we were talking about ideas of certain businesses on the continent that, the family can be a part of. But here's the thing, you have to have people there who you trust, right? And that's why we have to build these relationships. They're on the continent, right? And they have the relationships with the locals there. But at the same time, we need to be able to trust, who's mediating for us, right? So for instance, a lot of us from the States, we do business a certain way. On the continent, they do business a different way. So like for us, we say, well, I want to be a part of a business, but based upon the way we do business, we need a contract, we need, statement of work, projections, estimates. And then we look at it and we say, okay, maybe I'll invest in that idea. Well, how are you going to do that over here without having someone over there who thinks like us, but has a relationship with them? So what's y'all thoughts on that in terms of building that relationship on the continent so that we can start working together? That's anyone.
Okay. Excuse me. I think, I think it's imperative that we do that because number one, like when you have people here who have been here for X amount of time, they've kind of weeded through a lot of I'm not going to say bad people, but we kind of weeded through the people who may have just been trying to look at us as a quick dollar. Most of the people here aren't like that, but there are a few, especially like when you're looking for housing or when you're just looking for certain business things. There are people here who kind of think that we're rich, and so it's good that we've come before them and we kind of like, no, this is who I can recommend to you for housing. This is who I can recommend to you for a lawyer who isn't going to charge you a whole bunch of money. It's going to be efficient and not going to take 3 months to get something done that can take 2 weeks, So that's one of the benefits of those who have, kind of went before us so that we don't have to go through that headache and that repatriation is a lot easier.
Then as far as like us coming together, I think we have this concept and mindset of thinking that we're all in competition with one another. And I think we've been programmed to think like, oh man, I come over here and compete instead of coming over here to help build. Like people have to, it's good that we're having an example shown that it's okay to support in the season of support and build when it's time to build, because a lot of us are like so torn and broken, thinking like, just give me instead of sowing first for a season.
Exactly.
And they have an individualistic mindset instead of a community mindset. I mean, we all know that group economics is that how all the other nations operate. The Jewish people, the Mzungus, all nations of people, they operate as a whole and that's as a collective, and that's why they're able to go so far. And we come over here with that mindset like, oh, I don't need anybody, I'm just going to do it on my own. That may work for 1 or 2 people, but as a nation, that's not going to get us where we need to be. That's not going to fulfill the prophecy of Ezekiel of us coming together as one.
Yeah, and Brother Steve, what do you all see in terms of like, us being born and raised in Babylon? We were conditioned with the mindset of predatory capitalism, which means I got mine, as Sister Siobhan and Tim was saying, I got mine, you get yours. How do we get past the predatory capitalism and for lack of a better word, a socialist level of capitalism, right? Because they make socialism a bad word, but socialism just really means we're working together, because they do it all the time. The white Jews work together all the time. The Chinese work together all the time. The Mexicans work together all the time, but they want us to be separate, right? They want us to do everything by ourselves. So then that way we'll never win, because, as the old adage goes, a single string can be easily broken, but if you take multiple strings and wrap them together, it becomes a rope. What's y'all thoughts?
Well, for me, one of the things Brother Tim told me before we even got here was, when you get here to the land, there's so many opportunities that your mind is just going to be flooded with so many ideas. And so what I wasn't used to when I got here was the fact that when we would talk to the local brothers and sisters, they were excited about the ideas that we had. Look, I'm going to tell you ministries right now, so I got to be like Jacob. I got to keep it 100. Back in the States, we as a people doesn't like working together. There was always that, oh, I don't know you. But that's one of the problems that we face as a people, is we've lost that communal thought process of working together and trying to be there for each other. We know that the Messiah said there was 2 laws. The 10 hang on the 2. Have no other God but Elohim, and love your neighbor as yourself. And to do that, that means you want your brother and your sister to prosper. So you do whatever it takes to help them. And in return, they would do that for you. But in the States, like you stated, we don't have that mentality there. But here, that mentality never left. There's so many brothers and sisters here. Unfortunately, they might not have the capital behind them to do it, but they have great ideas. And when you sit down and you talk with them and you start telling them about your ideas, they start telling you about their ideas, and they're willing to help. And they will go out of their way to find people that know how to do what you want to do.
Also, I just want to say, one thing that we've noticed coming here for all of us is having healed from the West. It's impossible for us to learn to work together if we don't heal from all the hurt that we received from the West, trying to work with brothers and sisters and seeing that it's always the crab in the barrel mentality. And so we see the Most High moving in that way in us, healing us, and honestly putting us in situations that will cause for us to be able to face things that we didn't want to face in the West, so that we can heal, so that we can work together and learn how to be a community, because most of us don't know how to do that, because that's what we see in the West. Everything is a competition over there. Here, we have to work together. For y'all's work to be done, is going to take us working together. And so one of the first things that I think everybody coming over here, when you really are seeking the Most High, he's starting to take us through the healing process first, before we can start working together like that. It is happening quickly, but when you see that, the healing starts immediately.
Yeah, there was J. Edgar Hoover. He stated that the biggest threat to the U.S. government was Negro unity, and we are the biggest threat, right, to this world system. I mean, because if we come back together as a people, I mean, as the scripture says, we're going to become the head and not the tail. I mean, let's be honest, right? We the best at football, basketball, baseball. We the scientists, we the creative, a whole bunch of stuff, even though they don't give us credit for it. The whole thing we see on TikTok, TikTok shut down because black folks don't want to dance no more. I'm just saying, they know that if we come together, there's no stopping us. Now, what they do is they use that psychological programming, right? And they infiltrate us with some of our own who get a little money on the side to disrupt the unity. The thing is this: they cannot stop a work for the Yah. It's sort of like I said back in the day when we were dealing with the urban apologists. And, as the scripture says with Nicodemus, and all of them, they were like, well, if it's of God, it will end. I mean, if it's not of God, it will end. But if it's of God, be careful that you find yourself fighting against God. And that's what we see, is that, regardless of what you do, whether or not you support the movement or not, if it's of God, it will succeed, right? And so we need to understand that this unity is a threat to the establishment, and there will be infiltrators from amongst our own, right? And they're gonna, say things and do things to try to disrupt unity. But we got to get past that, because that's the old way. It's the crab in the barrel mentality, right? So what's your thoughts on that? Can we get past even the disruption from within our own community?
I believe we can, because just with what we've established here already, and I'm talking about those of the diaspora that are there that's working with us, we're already going outside of the norm by just the fact that we're working together, coming up with ideas that we can do with the locals, putting plans into action. So we've already begun to move past that crabs in a barrel mentality for us, and like when we meet for Shabbat, this is one of the things that we talk about, is how we have to be a community and how we have to work together. If anything is going to prosper, we have to work together, because like you've talked about many times on your channel, the system is against us, because this system was not made for the Israelites. So in order for us to become that kingdom again, we have to work together. We got to put away petty differences, bickering over things that, like I always tell people, yes, the 400 years is up. We are remembering who we are, but some people get so caught up in trying to be super group that they still do the same thing that we got in Christianity. They kick people out, push people away because, oh, well, you don't think the way I do. And it's like the Most High said he was going to gather his people and he was going to plead with us, meaning y'all still ain't going to get it right. I've got to come and show y'all how this is supposed to be done, but you've got to be on one accord, meaning you've got to be willing to work together to get to where I need you to be. So when I come and I tell you how it's supposed to be, it all works out.
Yeah.
So Siobhan, Sister Shonda has a question for you. How is Siobhan doing with the pregnancy, young children there, especially with immigration laws?
Oh, I'm doing excellent. We just got, we have 2 nannies to help us out. We just got another one because, when the baby comes, we're going to need a lot more help, especially since, like we're usually like running around, helping people out and just doing work. So we needed a lot more help with T3 and then with the new baby that'll be here in 2 months. But other than that, everything's going great. The pregnancy is going great. I will be giving birth here. I'm not going to be going back to Babylon, just in case anyone is wondering. So yeah, I will definitely post my birth story once we have the baby. So, because I know a lot of people are wondering, how that process is going to go. So I'll be the guinea pig.
So in terms of the economic situation in Tanzania, has things changed since Magufuli was deceased? Because I've heard that the agreement that he canceled with the Chinese is now back in force. Now that we know there's a new president, has the environment changed there, or is it still open for us to do business?
Honestly, I would say the environment hasn't changed much. It's still, wide open for us to do business if you come over here. Like my wife and I was talking a few days ago, and before we get here, we projected maybe 10 to 15 years before things start, opportunity left, or things start, getting closed. But we thinking maybe closer to 4 to 5 years now. Like there's a small window of opportunity. There's still opportunity, but it's like it's dwindling down quickly.
Just because people are coming and Africa was projected, especially East Africa, within 10 years to become a superpower. Mm-hmm. So like even if you look at like the jab rates around the world, Africa only has like a 1% jab rate. So things are pretty much the same over here as far as how they were with Magufuli. The thing you were talking about with the port, they were talking about that for years now. They haven't settled on anything yet. I don't believe that they will go ahead with that. Just because so many of us are waking up and then, Ghana telling them that they can't export cocoa, and Uganda got in on it, and all these countries are chiming in on, things that the foreigners are doing that are detrimental to us. So, and then we also have the power of prayer. We all can pray that they don't allow that port to be built here. But as far as the lollipops and the jabs and that whole situation, nothing has really changed with that.
So brother Steve, since you've been there, what is your experience in terms of the camaraderie and the relationship amongst our people, and even the diaspora that was already there? I mean, of course you met Tim and Siobhan, but what about the other repatriates?
We've met Patriots, being honest, that are on the same thing that, us and T3 and me is on. And unfortunately, you have some people here that are still brought that West mentality. I'm not gonna lie about it, and honestly, we shake the dust off our sandals with them, and we move with those who are trying to move in the way of the Most High. Because look, I was just sharing with the brother yesterday that as you read the Bible, we know that in the Judges and Kings, every time um, the leader that was raised up passed off, our people fell out again, and then he raised somebody else up. There's nobody after this. After this time right now, he's not raising up anybody else. So we got to get it right this time. And I'm gonna say it like Brother Tim said it to me the other day. I ain't got time for people who not trying to do the work of the Most High. I don't have time for it. So that's the best way I can put it for you, Minister Jacoby.
I'll add to what he's saying about the locals. The locals, since we've been here, they've been so welcoming to us. We've heard people say that, they haven't been welcoming, like they don't want us here. We haven't experienced that
at all.
And so I'm kind of wondering with those people, like, how is your attitude towards the locals? Because if you come here with a mindset that we're not here to be better than anyone, we're not here to bully anyone or anything like that. We want to work together. We want to not just work together just because we're working together. These are our brothers. This is Israel. And so we're one nation. Yes, we know we were scattered, but we're one nation. And so your heart, you should have a really different type of heart towards your nation. So if you come here with the right heart, the right mindset, they are welcoming you with open arms. Anything you need, they're there to help you with it. Even though we don't understand the language fully, these people will talk to you like and they're gonna make sure you understand. But so they're very welcoming if you come with the right heart and the right mindset.
Yeah.
So brother Steve, and I'm sorry, what's your wife's name again? Because I forgot.
Isha G.
I'll give you my real name. It's Jamila.
Jamila. Oh, okay. So how do you all? What would you say to people who would say that you all went back before the second Exodus? They're waiting on the Lord, and that you all went ahead of time? Because we all talked about this, right? And I still get that from some people. What would you say, Jamila and Steve?
Well, we were told to come.
That's what I'm saying. Yep.
So, the Most High told us to come. So we walked in obedience. Maybe he didn't tell them to come. I don't believe he's telling everybody. He may not be giving the same message to everyone, but he told us to come specifically. So that is why we are here. He gave us directions to come, and he gave us directions as far as what to do when we got here. So we're just walking in obedience. I believe just like with the Exodus that happened when they left Babylon and they went to build a temple again, I do believe that there are people that the Most High is sending out to prepare a place in the wilderness. Housing is running low here. Okay, so there are so many things that need to be done. Building has to be done. So if there's going to be places for everyone, it's not just happening here in Tanzania. It's happening, like Siobhan said, all over Africa. And so the Most High is preparing a place for his people. So that's why he sent some of us before time.
And for those people who are just stuck, I'm gonna call it, on, oh, y'all and T3 and me and everybody else, y'all left too soon. I'm living my best life over here, obeying the Most High.
Yep.
I'm not stressed about anything. I don't worry when I go to the store. My wife's not stressed whether I'm gonna make it back home. So it's like, okay, like I used to tell people when I was in Christianity, let's say I'm wrong about everything, and when you're dead, you're just dead. Okay, then you're dead. But if we right and you decide you want to stay because you heard the Lord tell you to go, but you said no, this ain't the mass exodus, so I'm not gonna go yet, and you end up stuck, that's not on me. I did what I for my household.
And bear the consequences of disobedience. Because we know the word says obedience is better than sacrifice. Obedience is what the Most High requires. So if he tells us to go, no matter what we've heard, because we've heard that too. Oh, you're supposed to wait for the mass exodus. The Most High is gonna send ships. Some people say he's just gonna zap us away and transport us over. That's fine, but all I know is he told me to come down, so I have to be obedient to him, not what I hear people saying.
Exactly. And that's what people don't understand. God might tell you something that he didn't tell that person. Tim and Siobhan, what's your thoughts on that? I know you talked about it on the past, but might as well add it again.
Yeah, I agree with what Stephen and Jamila were saying. Like you said, the Most High doesn't give the same message to everyone. He may be telling us one thing. Maybe he didn't tell you. Maybe you're part of the 2/3, or maybe you're a rebel that isn't gonna make it into the land. I don't know what the situation may be. Maybe you have to wait before you come. But I know for us as well, we got the Most High told us specifically to go and pave the way, and that's exactly what we've been doing. We're over here literally building the kingdom of the Most High here on the continent. So for those who are speaking against it, you're not speaking against us. You're speaking against what the Most High is doing. So I would just warn those people who are doing that to be very careful.
Yeah, and just everyone, we all have different callings and different functions in the kingdom and in the entire body. Like at some point, everyone has their own mission and their own mandate to move forward in what they're supposed to do. Like I think so. Just like my wife just said, everyone didn't get the call to go first because they don't really. Honestly, everyone doesn't even have the capacity to do something of this magnitude. Like you got to have like a different level of faith and a different level of understanding.
You gotta have that cut and humble, like before you get up there before the Most High. And trust.
Yeah, y'all voice is breaking up a little bit.
Okay, we'll try to come back in. So we'll try to come back in. Can y'all hear us now?
Yeah. You sound better.
Okay. Yeah. So just like with Paul, he was sent to the Gentiles. So I'm sure there were people during that time that were like, oh, why is he going over there? He's not supposed to be talking to the Gentiles, but that's what the Most High told him to do. So those who were speaking against him, they were speaking against the Most High, not Paul. Yeah. So
yeah. And I'm sure my brother probably touched on it, but Brother Stephen said something to me a few months ago. Well, not a few months ago, a few weeks ago. That really hit home. He was like, in every story, when it was time for the Most High to make a move, he raised up a man to raise his voice and be the trumpet to let people know what was going on. And now he's raising several men up to be the trumpet, to say what's going on and to say what time it is. And now it's people like, oh, it's not time yet. They just talking. Oh, this is not how we're supposed to do it. It's like, How else is he supposed to do it? He's not going to change it. He's not changing how he's working. He's not changing how he's operating.
They're waiting on spaceships and portals to open. Some of these people, and it's like the Most High never did stuff like that. He did stuff in the natural realm where people could see it. He didn't do. I mean, he did supernatural things, but I mean, even if you look at the first Exodus, it wasn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
So as we move forward with the Dry Bones Project, there's going to be other people that we built relationships with, and some of those might be in other countries on the continent. How would you all see us coordinating with them? Do you all? I know right now, you all are in Tanzania, but like for instance, we're looking to work with people in Uganda. How far is Uganda from Tanzania, and is it possible for you all to meet up with some of those people so that you all could be like the ones to help build these relationships with others in other countries? If I'm making any sense. Did that make any sense?
I understood the question. I don't know how far Uganda is from Tanzania. I just know Tanzania is huge. But I know you run into people from other countries here in Tanzania. But also I know with YouTube, you have followers that follow from all of their different countries in Africa as well. And I'm pretty sure that whatever the Most High desires, how he wants those meetings to happen, that's how we're going to end up bumping into them. But I know YouTube is a platform that the Most High is using to connect us with others all around the world and on the continent who have been given the same call and to be able to unite us. So that's the way that I see it. I'm sure there are many others, but I know YouTube is definitely the platform that I see the Most High using to connect us with other people all around the world.
Yeah, and I know for a fact that a lot of people in the comments reach out to Tim and Siobhan from other countries here. And I think it's funny, they go to bat for them too. Like when people be in their comments trying to say something smart, these different Africans over here, they be going to bat for them because they know the heart of Tim and Siobhan, And so YouTube, like my wife said, has made a way for us to contact these other countries and to make plans. And I know for me and my wife, if the Most High makes a way, there's other countries we want to go visit. And because our people are scattered all over sub-Saharan Africa. Right now he's got us in Tanzania. We know what we're doing here. I know me and Tim talked about this, going to other countries and just sharing the different things, because our goal is, to unite Africa as a nation.
Right. And also with the different projects that the Most High has given us, once things start to develop here, it's going to take off. The word is going to spread across the continent.
Yeah.
So, we just have to focus on what he has called us now, and we know that it is going to spread. And so we'll connect with them by our works. While we're following the Most High, he's going to open up all of the channels for us to connect with the other brothers in other countries in Africa.
Yeah.
So,
and just to piggyback off of that, real quick, like I have literally people from different countries here reaching out to do collaboration videos when they come to town. Like I have people that's like, man, when I get to town, we have to link up and do a video. I know there's one guy from Ghana talking about reaching out. There's a guy who's in Arusha right now. He said whenever he come down to Tanzania, he's going to reach out. And of course, there's people in West Africa, but that'd be a little far off. But yeah, West Africa people are watching as well. So they're watching from everywhere, man. Just waiting on the opportunity when everything, sort of clears up so we can link up a little easier.
Yeah, I saw Stepping Stones to Home, the dating video you all had with out on the beach and things like that. With I love that. That was great, with the music and all that stuff. If y'all could, do that some more, that was tight.
We plan on it. We just moved. And so we have been in that transitional stage of moving into our own place for a few weeks now. So we're just trying to settle. And so, but we have some interviews with locals and different ones about relationships here on the continent. And we're gonna show those. We're gonna show more places to go for husbands and wives for date night, couples, or whatever. But we have a lot of great things because we're finding that a lot of the issues that we had in the States when it comes down to marriage and relationships is no different here. As a matter of fact, in some aspects, it's worse here. And so we have some interviews with couples that we're gonna be releasing, but we're just trying to get settled.
So let me
I'll make
ask
sure we
you,
do some music for you.
what's that?
I'll make sure we do some music on them for you.
Okay, cool. So let me ask y'all a question. It's just something on my mind. Y'all know Tiffany Banner? She's a YouTuber.
Yeah.
She
I
was
don't
living.
know her,
Yeah.
but I've heard of her. Yeah.
Okay. What do you all think about? I don't know if you saw her reasons for leaving, and did y'all see that video about what she said about why she left?
Yes,
Yeah,
I saw
we
that.
saw
Miss.
it. Yeah.
I'm just curious on y'all thoughts on that. That's all. I mean, is because she had I guess a decent following, and I just thought it was sort of strange. I don't know, because I'm not there, right? I can't speak on it, right? What are y'all thoughts? I'm just curious,
I got a prompt.
Well,
Give me one
I'll go
second.
real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. He does his shoes off. Oh, man.
Go ahead, Javon.
Okay. So, did you guys see the video? Well, you told me. Did you see the video with Traveling Sister and Diggs that they did on why some of the guys were leaving Tanzania?
Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, I saw that one.
Basically covered everything he basically touched on everything, all the reasons that she gave for leaving, like the culture. One of the things she talked about was like the super conservative dress and not having like her culture here. And I think she's one of the people who are kind of into like the ancestor stuff. So she wouldn't find that here in Tanzania. Tanzania is a holy place. So no, you're not gonna find people who half dressed and people who are, kind of into that sort of a culture. That is kind of probably more West Africa. So I feel like she was right to leave. As far as she said about lying on her YouTube channel, I don't believe that. I believe that things just didn't work out here for her, so she just had to find a way to kind of discredit Tanzania instead of just saying she wanted to go to Ghana, which is where she was going anyway to begin with, before she kind of just got sidetracked here. Tanzania isn't for everyone. Tanzania I really believe, is for the chosen people, those of us who are Israelites. It's more of a spiritual thing going on over here.
Yeah.
And the land will kind of spit you out. The Holy Land will spit you out if you don't really belong. So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, go ahead, Steve.
I was just gonna say, to add to that, that in the video, she was like, I lied to y'all. It's like, first of all, we've been hurt in the West by people lying to us already. And then you want to get on here and tell your subscribers, oh, I've been lying to you. If I was her subscribers, yes, I'm saying this, I would just drop her, because you're telling me to my face that you're lying to me, which is something that we're talking about. We're trying to get away from lying to each other. You're telling your people, oh, I've been lying to you just to put on a show. We got enough reality TV in Babylon. We don't need it no more. We want the real deal, how life really is. And then she's lying about it because no one else is saying these things.
I say, if if you're not about our business, then good riddance.
It rocks.
It's better this way. Like, I want more of them to leave that are not about our Father's business, because we don't need that. the people who are real, you're going to see the fruit of it.
So one of the things that she said that, from what I remember, did y'all freeze or what? Can y'all say something? I think it froze. Yeah, I think we froze. Can y'all hear me? I don't know if it's me or you all.
I can hear
we can
you.
hear.
Okay. I didn't catch that last part. But it's the screen is still froze. Steve, can you all hear me?
Okay. Jacoba, can you hear me?
I hear y'all, but the screen is frozen.
Of what the Most High has called you to do over here, we're going to see the fruit. There's no fruit, the Most High is not there.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there we
Jacoba,
go.
did you hear all that? I know it cut out for a minute.
It froze.
You know
We didn't hear you. Siobhan and them are still froze, but Steve is back. You all, I could hear you, and you're moving. But I heard Siobhan, but the screen is frozen.
Yeah, I heard her say hello, but it's frozen on our. I was just saying for us, if you are about our Father's business, then of course we want you here. But if you're not, honestly, I want all that are not about His business to leave. So it's it's a good thing for us, one less person that we have to pray and be like, we command you to leave. One less spirit that we have to fight against here, face to face, I guess, in a way. So we're going to see the fruit of the ones that are about our Father's business. And the ones that are not, I'm pretty sure we're going to see more videos of why they left. Because if you're not for Abba's business, Tanzania is not the place. Because he called us here to work specifically. Just about everybody that we really met, we have a similar story of the call of the Most High here. It's about working here. It's not about having fun, lives of luxury and everything. We came here to work. And so you're going to see the fruit of Abba's business here. And so I'm pretty sure there'll be more to come.
Yeah, because even when we did our consultation with Tim and Siobhan a year ago, one of the first things they told us, they kept it 100 with us. They said, don't come here to play around. They told us Africa will spit you out if you're coming here to play around. They told us if you are about the Father's business, then you'll be received well here. But if you come in here just because you see the videos of the nice houses, you hear the exchange rate of the money, you're coming for the wrong reasons. And there's no point in continuing the consultation because that's a waste of their time. They're here to build up with people that are trying to be about the Most High's work. And that's how, we look at it too. If these people are coming over here for that West life here because they feel like I couldn't live rich over in the West, but I can bring the money I got over here and be like I could be the Jay-Z or Beyonce of Africa. They here for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the things. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Siobhan. Go ahead.
No, the last thing I wanted to add was that drama will follow you. If you bring drama, you like you said, you'll know them by their fruits. When you come here and the very first video you do is an argument with roommates, and then you're calling Marketing Africa an agent and all this nonsense. It's like, what do you expect? Like, if you're sowing seeds of discord, disunity, whatever the case may be, some stuff you just don't air on YouTube. You keep that between you and that person. So, like I tell people before, like, follow people who have good fruits. You're following people who promote drama and they're saying themselves that they're liars. Then, that's something that you have to discern. Like, should I really be following this person?
Yeah, one of the things that I noticed when I was listening to her video was that she was talking about how she can't wear what she wore here in the States there. And I'm like, okay, well, we don't want that there, right? I mean, we're trying to get away from Babylon. We don't want everything hanging out and the looking and living like Babylon. We should be changing more to to fit into the culture that was taken from us. That's just my opinion. Everybody may not be going over for that, but we have lost our culture and we need to regain it. And so therefore we should be more like them, in my opinion, because they still have morals and they still have standards of for women's beauty and for men, and the machismo. I mean, so it's like, to me, if you're going there to bring Babylon, you don't need to be on the continent, right? I mean, that's how I feel.
Exactly. The modesty was actually one of the things when the Most High gave us the directions to come to Tanzania and we started doing the research. That was one of the things that I was so thrilled about, because if you are a man or a woman of God, you know how bad the spirit of lust is in the U.S. And most of us have battled that battle. And so we want to be free from that influence. We want our children to be free from that influence. And so if you're a man or a woman of God coming over here, that's going to be something that you're thrilled about. Only a worldly woman or a man that is dealing with lustful spirits or a worldly man is going to want that type of environment, that type of dress and everything. So it's, once again, it's fruit. So it's kind of like Siobhan said, you have to be careful who you follow. Follow the fruit of the Most High. Wherever the fruit is, that's who you follow. So yeah, it's a modest place, but that's the type of place we need to be as children of the Most High.
And see, that's the other thing, is that because a lot of these people who have the call, right? The call then went out to everybody to return, but everyone don't understand that the call is to serve the Most High, right? And so they're returning and they're getting caught up in the ancestor worship, because they're trying to get back into their quote unquote ancestor religion. Well, that's the religion that got us all kicked out and spread around the globe. But they don't understand that this is, as Sister Siobhan was saying, is a spiritual call, right? And so if you understand it, I think then you go there with the right intentions, right? With the right mindset that you are going to change, right? This is about changing. You don't want to be Babylon anymore. You don't want to be like, limp-wristed and all that stuff and promoting the letters and all that stuff, right? It's all about change. Look, if you're going to Africa and you're not going to change, then there's a problem. That's just me. And I'm talking about changing for the better, not for the worse. So in terms of the Dry Bones Project, we're going to come together, family, and we're going to support each other. That's why the Dry Bones Project is you going to their channels and supporting them, right? It's not a centered financial thing where Teo get the money and distribute anything. No, this is family support. It's free will. As the scripture says, as God has prospered you, freely give, right? It's up to you, right? What did they tell Ananias and Sapphira when they sold that land? They said, well, it was yours to do it as you will. Ain't nobody made you. You went and lied to the Holy Ghost. Point being is God has given you resources, and be led of him of how you do it. So some people will be for this vision and some won't. But the ones who are for the vision has spiritual insight and understanding, right? Because these are the times that we have to come together. I mean, because literally we are surrounded by the enemy. Right, we are surrounded by the enemy, and we need each other, and that's the whole thing. Because the scripture says we're going to come together. You're not going to just sit down and not come together. You got to move together. You got to work together. You got to plan together, right? And we can no longer be the crabs in the barrel that they made us to be. I personally refuse to be the crab in the barrel, right? And so as we move forward, that requires trust, spiritual discernment, favor. Right. These are the type of things we're looking at, which is why I'm starting off working with T3 and me and Stepping Stone to Home, because I know the spirit is with them. Right. The spirit that's in me works with the spirit that's in them. Right. Validates the spirit that is with them. That's why we're starting off with them. That don't mean we're not going to work with other people, because we are. We're starting off, and it's going to grow and it's going to morph. Okay. So any final comments, family? We're gonna start with you, Stepping Stones to Home, about the Dry Bones Project.
First, I just want to tell all of our subscribers, thank you so much. Everyone that has already become a Patreon follower, thank you so much. Minister Yacoba, Minister Teu, Tim and Siobhan, thank you guys for everything that you have done for us. And for our future Patreon and subscribers, Karibuni, welcome. And Asante Sana, thank you. We love you guys, and y'all just keep doing what you're doing, following after the Most High, and make sure that when you hear the call from Him, that you move on it. That don't be stagnant. Move when the Most High tells you to move.
I also want to say, this Dry Bones project, we're excited about it because we know that the Most High is gonna grow this project. The project has to grow because there's so much work to be done. And so the purpose of this project is to be able to fund the work of the ministry. So there's a lot of work that has to be done here and all around the continent to prepare for the rest of our people's return. And so I'm excited about it because one of my questions when the Most High sent us here and I looked around, I was like, Most High, I can't even fathom where to start. You know, and so he's been making a way every step of the way, and then this project opened up here. And so it's exciting to know that the Most High is the one that placed this on Minister Yacoba's heart, and he's the one that is controlling this whole process. The ideas that are coming forth in the group, we meet with Tim and Siobhan and others, you know, often, and we discuss projects that that the Most High has given us to work on. And just allowing him to guide us as how to get these things going here. And I just want everybody to know that's watching, this Dry Bones project is not just for us, it's for you. It's for you too. We're here, we're doing the work right now, the grunt work, but it is for you because one day soon you will be called into the wilderness. And so you want to make sure that those who have been sent have the resources to do what the Most High has called them to do. It's gonna get done regardless. But it's exciting to me because we're seeing the Most High move. And I just want to throw this in. Y'all, prayers are answered very quickly here. Very quickly here. So even the prayers about Most High send the resources, this project came up quickly after we went on a fast and our group prayed as a collective. And the Most High opened up so many doors for us. And this was one of the doors that he opened up. You know, so we're excited about it. When you guys get here, it's amazing. It's amazing. There's a scripture that talks about the land being alive, and it is amazing over here to be in this land that the Most High gave to our fathers. So thank y'all.
Thank you. Brother Tim and Sister Siobhan, any final comment?
I'll go first. Man, like our sister just said, like when we literally just fasted and really prayed and were seeking for opportunities and how to come together as a group to make things move forward. And I didn't even think about it until now, how this is just another one of the, they spoke about how when we started to fast, that there would be like a lot of side effects that came with it. So man, it's crazy to see that the side effects are still going into effect. And just to piggyback off what they said, it's amazing to be a part of this and to be found worthy to be used right now, honestly. Like Sis said, we over here doing a lot of the groundwork and doing a lot of the work to put things in order for people and really like jumping over a lot of hurdles to make things happen. It's not it's not an easy task. Like I tell people all the time, you may watch the videos and think like, oh, it looks good, but that just so happens to be our gift. Like our gift is to be able to put the story together in a way that makes it look appealing. But we always tell people that like this is not an easy task. We have to, we have to jump over immigration hoops. We have to jump through different people. We have to talk to different people. Like it's a whole process, and you have to really. it's important that we unplug at some point too. We have to unplug from like this YouTube stuff and unplug from the world for a moment and really hone in and take on what's going on around us. Because being here, like it's a whole new world, and we're here like paving way for people. So we got to really be focused and really in the moment a lot too. So being in the moment, you know, people ask, how can we help? How can we be of service to you all? Prayer and sending funds. Like just being 100% honest, like help and donate in any way that you can. And it would be greatly appreciated. Like I said, we're working on a lot of different things. We're talking about a lot of different things put into place for people when they get here. And it'll be nice to just have, man, a whole entire community already built up for people to move right into. I know housing is becoming the thing. Housing is like something that people need, of course, when they get here. So if we have something set up for people, just one of the many ideas that we have, that's something that we could, you know, that could be a benefit from this Dry Bones project. So I can keep going on and on, but man, you know, thank you, Mr. Jacoby, for being obedient and just being a voice and being, you know, giving us the opportunity to come together and show people that it's time for us to do this and it's time to let go of the, you know, the crab in the barrel mentality and really help each other out. So thank you again.
All right, thank you, Brother Tim.
And okay. The last thing I wanted to say was that again, thank you for doing this project because you know I know something that the Most High ordained for sure. And like everyone else has said, like there's so many projects that we're doing here on the ground that it's for Israel. You know, the community land project. You know, we're just working on so many things that will free not only Tanzania but the continent as a whole. You know, of course, we're going to start here in Tanzania first, but to build out from there, sub-Saharan Africa, to liberate all of sub-Saharan Africa. And so there's a lot of things that are going on the ground. Everything we can't talk about on YouTube until it's fully finished because you know how the devil works. He likes to interrupt things. So we like to wait until things are fully completed before we, you know, kind of put them out there to the universe, because then no one can stop them and try to use witchcraft tactics or whatever they do. But yeah, that you guys come to Tanzania, there's a lot of things here that you guys can get in on, and you know that will benefit you guys as well as the locals. So thank you, Minister Yacoba, for doing this for us, putting this together.
Yeah, so you know, we believe in you know, living as we preach and teach and loving our people. You know, as we've always said, we're about truth, and that's in action as well. And thank y'all for being sensitive to the Holy Spirit to go to the continent and doing what the Most High has called you all to do, because you know, as I say, you know, I sense that the Most High is with you all. I have no doubt about it, which is why, you know, I wanted to work with you all and support you all. Also, I'm asking for the family. You know, I know we're asking a lot, but I'm asking for you all to support our sister, Melinda Williams. You know, she lost her job, and she's a constant supporter of the ministry. And, you know, she was sick with pneumonia for a while. And so, you know, I guess she missed too many days, so they let her go. And she's like one of the major supporters of this ministry. She loves her people. And so, you know, we're supporting her, and we ask that you all help with what you got, whatever you can, you know, support her. And, you know, that's what we about, right? We about living the life, right? Living in truth and love, right? And what is love? It's an action word. Don't tell me you love me and you see me in need and don't help me out, right? So that's how we are, right? So we're going to end this, family, and thank you again, Stepping Stones to Home and T3ME. We're going to end this again with the outro. it was an intro. We're going to end this again with the outro. And so, family, look for that. Everybody who you know, has this video and stuff, and they're going to have the logos and everything for the Dry Bones Project. And hopefully the members of the Dry Bones Project grow as we all grow and come together. And we're going to get back to each other. Peace.